Savannah Chrisley has seemingly put her parents in hot water with her words recently. Many people believe that Savannah's mouth has caused some problems for her mom, Julie Chrisley, in the prison system. Now, she's slamming the sentencing judge and prosecution online. Continue reading to see what fans think about Savannah's latest rant. Savannah Chrisley calls prosecution uneducated following resentencing. Over the weekend, Savannah took to Instagram to share a video of herself talking about her mother's recent resentencing hearing. Julie Chrisley appeared in an Atlanta courtroom last week to be resentenced. However, the judge deemed her original sentence of 7 years to be sufficient for the crimes in question. There were plenty of signs that this would be the case before the judge handed the new sentence down. The government even suggested that the judge uphold the original sentence before the hearing date. Despite that, Savannah Chrisley continued to hope for the best. When her mom didn't receive any kind of reduction, the Chrisley Knows Best star was obviously upset, but what made her even angrier was that the judge seemed to be making personal remarks in court. Outside the courthouse, Savannah and the family attorney, Alex Little, addressed what happened. Apparently, the judge made several comments directed at Savannah, the television show, the podcast, and the kids, Chloe and Grayson Chrisley. Savannah went on to call the judge and prosecution uneducated, and claimed they would continue to appeal the court's decision. In her latest video on Instagram, Savannah talks about the resentencing hearing once again. She goes on a bit of a rant. In the clip, she says that it was a hard pill to swallow hearing that her mother's original sentence was upheld. On top of that, Savannah Chrisley pointed out that the overall amount that Julie was responsible for was shown to be reduced from $17 million to $4.7 million. Most people would think that would result in a reduction in her sentence, but that's not how things played out in court. Savannah went on to say that she was in shock when the judge began commenting on the television show and accusing her of not caring for the kids' emotional well-being. She said that she is going to continue to fight corruption in the system because she has nothing left to lose at this point. In the caption, she wrote, "Thank you for loving and standing by us. The fight is not over." Many people think that Savannah's constant public remarks about the justice system may be having an impact on Julie's experience. It was just revealed that she'd have to take the long route back to custody after leaving Atlanta. One person took to Reddit to discuss her latest rant. This time she is, again, going after the judge in the resentencing hearing. Stating the judge is uneducated and that Fulton County is causing the problem, they wrote. While many of the comments on Savannah's Instagram are supportive, Reddit users weren't so nice. LOL, yes, I'm sure the judge is not nearly as educated with the court system as Savannah, one person commented. Another wrote, "It's not lost on me she is plotting and scheming, this is the same behavior that led to her parents' downfall. She is playing a dangerous game that will backfire eventually." What do you think about Savannah's comments? Is she just making things worse? Let us know in the comments below. Savannah Chrisley has never been one to stay silent when it comes to defending her family, but in recent months, her fierce loyalty has led her to make some startling claims against the sentencing judge in her parents' high-profile trial. In an emotional interview on her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, Savannah spoke candidly about the ordeal and the disturbing allegations her family has uncovered. "This is not about my parents being celebrities," she began. "This is about the legal system failing. We have evidence, and I'm not going to stay quiet. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure the truth comes out." Claims of bias and unfair treatment. According to Savannah, the most damning claim revolves around the judge's alleged bias against her family. "From day one, we felt like the judge had made up their mind about my parents," she said. "They treated them like they were guilty before the trial even began." Savannah went on to explain that certain pieces of evidence, which she believes would have exonerated her parents, were dismissed or not allowed to be presented in court. There were emails, financial documents, things that could have changed the entire outcome, Savannah insisted. But the judge wouldn't let the jury see them. Why? Because they had an agenda. They wanted my parents to go down, and they didn't care what it took to make that happen. Legal experts have weighed in on Savannah's claims, with some expressing skepticism while others acknowledge that issues of bias can arise in any courtroom. Still, Savannah remains undeterred, stating that her family's legal team is in the process of appealing the convictions based on what they believe to be judicial misconduct. An alleged conflict of interest. Perhaps the most explosive of Savannah's accusations is her claim that the sentencing judge had a personal connection to a key figure in the prosecution. "We've uncovered that there was a conflict of interest that was never disclosed," Savannah said, her voice shaking with anger. "This judge should have recused themselves from the case, but they didn't. That's why this whole thing is a sham." While Savannah declined to provide specific details about the alleged conflict, she hinted that it involved a close relationship between the judge and a high-ranking member of the prosecution team. They were friends. "They've known each other for years," Savannah alleged. "How is that fair? How is it fair that someone who is supposed to be impartial is making decisions that could ruin our lives, when they have ties to the people trying to put my parents away?" This claim has sent shockwaves through the legal community, with some wondering whether it could lead to a retrial. Others, however, argue that even if a personal connection exists, it would not necessarily prove that the judge acted inappropriately. Nonetheless, Savannah has vowed to continue digging until the truth is fully exposed. Emotional toll on the family. Savannah's claims against the judge come at a time when the Chrisley family is grappling with the emotional and financial toll of the convictions. On her podcast, Savannah spoke about how the ordeal has affected not only her parents, but also her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, who she now has guardianship over. "It's been devastating," Savannah admitted through tears. "I've had to step into this role that I never thought I'd have to fill. I'm trying to be strong for them, but it's so hard when I feel like our family has been torn apart by injustice." Savannah revealed that her mother, Julie, has struggled to adjust to life in prison and has been in poor health since the sentencing. "She's not doing well," Savannah said, her voice breaking. "She's lost so much weight, and she's emotionally drained. It's hard for us to see her like that, knowing that she's not supposed to be there."